Good morning and welcome to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Monday, January 16th will mark the national holiday that celebrates the birthday of the late great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On April 8th, 1968, 4 days after Dr. King was assassinated, Congressman John Conyers of Michigan first introduced legislation providing for a King holiday. Turning his birthday into a national holiday took struggle and persistence. The diligence of Conyers, Dr. King's widow, Coretta Scott King, the Congressional Black Caucus, and millions of supporters finally saw dividends in 1983. It was signed into law by President Ronald Reagan on November 2nd of 1983. The only cities that have celebrated Dr. King's birthday annually since 1984 are Atlanta, Georgia, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My first guest is Paul Mathews, who is the president and CEO of the Marcus Center for the Performing Arts. And we're also being joined by Kaprice Maxwell, who will be a part of the 33rd annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration, which is happening on Sunday, January 15th. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you both for being here. And that was a long intro, but when you talk about Dr. King, there's a lot that goes into the history and the legacy. So I thank you both for being here today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Paul, as I stated, the King celebration's been going on here for 33 years. Tell us more about the event and how you go about keeping Dr. King's legacy alive.
Well, the event is really focused on young people, and I should say that at the Marcus Center we've had it for all 33 years, the event, and we're very, very proud of that and honored to be able to do that. This event was essentially started to enable young people to participate and remember Dr. King's legacy through words, through speech, writing, and artwork. And we've continued that tradition. Because we want to keep Dr. King's legacy alive. And so when I say we, there's an entire steering committee, there's an entire effort that goes into putting this event together.
Right.
And it's just really, really important that words matter. What he said is still relevant, it still matters. And this year we've had over 4,000 students participate in all of the contests. They're not all winners,
wow,
but 4,000 students participate. So that says a lot about the impact of Dr. King's legacy.
It certainly does. And this event's going to be happening at 1 p.m. in Eline Hall. It is absolutely free and open to the public. That's important to mention. And the theme this year is We Shall Overcome. And a little later in the show, we'll talk about that particular theme. But what I think makes this event so special, you mentioned it, the involvement of young people, because they need to understand Dr. King's dream and his legacy, because they in fact are the future. But you also bring together so many different races, religions, and people from different backgrounds, and it's really a melting pot of all the diversity that's right here in the city of Milwaukee.
That's true, and because Dr. King's message and his preachings and his actions really appeal to people across all diverse cultures, we feel that it's important that the tribute itself demonstrate that. And when we open our doors at the Marcus Center, we open them to all of Milwaukee. And so we want to celebrate that diversity. And so in addition to the winners of the contest, and by the way, there's some really dynamite young speakers.
Always are.
Who put those of us who kind of do that for part of our jobs, put us to shame because they're so good, right?
You're right.
But we've added a performing arts tribute, and that's a diverse lineup, and we change that every year because groups want to participate in that, and because we know Dr. King did appreciate the performing arts as well, so we've added that performing arts tribute.
That's good stuff. And speaking of the performing arts, a young lady sitting next to you, so glad to have you here, Kaprice. You're a student at the Milwaukee High School for the Performing Arts, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I want you to first talk about what it means for you to participate in an event like this.
I feel like I'm making a big change, and I am a role model for other youth. We're so stuck in the mindset of sticking to one genre of music, and because I'm trying to open up the jazz department a little bit more, I inspire a lot of people, and it's making a big difference. And
yes.
I feel alive when I sing jazz.
Oh, and I've heard you, and I'm going to give everybody at home a chance to hear you as well. You are amazing.
Thank you.
As a jazz singer, you have a double major in vocal and orchestra. Yeah. You play the viola with the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra. Mm-hmm. You sing with the youth choir at Calvary Baptist Church.
Yes.
And you're also a praise dancer. I don't know where you find the time, but super talented young lady. And I've already teased everybody about your performance, so let's take a look and show you what Kaprice can do when she gets in front of that microphone.
Blue skies smile at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, oh, nothing but blue skies from now on. Shoot dum da dum da scoop da dum dum do, shoot da ba do da shoot da do da do da do skid up a do da ba boo be dee shop ba do da dee ba be ba see do da do shake do da do do boy da ba da ba da ba 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 da da do 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 see ba 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 ya ba ba boo be dee boy you didn't party be dum did be ba see ba ba do do ship them diddy ba shop didn't shop the door you ba shit dip the skip the do the boy you ba hip ba baby ya da ba hip ba da ba dum da shop it up skip it up da ba do diddy ba da ba do diddy ba da ba do do bop 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 shit dip dip skip the skida spitty a chip dip skip dip skip boy shit dip daddy ba sleep dip the ship them diddy ba sit dum ba dip dip body ba 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 ba. Oh, I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my heart they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but the blue skies from now on. So Scooby Dip, they ship them dirty bugs.
There it is. Is that not amazing? Is it the scatting? Is that what you call it?
Yes, it's scatting.
Were you just born late? You've been here before? Because that, of course, was Ella Fitzgerald's Blue Skies. Mm-hmm. How do you, come on.
Scatting is just ad-libbing around a melody, mm-hmm. playing with the musical chords and just building around the melody of the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like your own freestyling
yes,
in a way.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is absolutely amazing. What will you be performing at the King Day celebration?
I will be performing Blue Skies again by
okay.
Ella Fitzgerald, and I will be performing a song called I Remember You. Mm-hmm. It's really amazing.
All right, we're looking forward to it. And you've actually been compared to the late 1940s jazz and classical singer Hazel Scott. That's pretty amazing in itself.
It is.
So Paul, actually that's an example of the talent that you've gathered for this 33rd annual King birthday celebration. So let's discuss some of the other things that we can look forward to on Sunday, January 15th at the Marcus Center.
Well, first of all, let me say, she's going to sound incredible on the stage in Eline Hall, our big concert hall with its great acoustics. So it's going to be really exciting.
That's resume worthy.
Definitely, definitely. Well, every year, as we talked about, there's a theme that's picked in the spring, a contest theme, and it's taken from Dr. King's words or his writings, and this year it's We Shall Overcome. And we're always amazed that while it's picked in the spring, when the event comes around in January, how relevant it is at the time.
Yes.
And you know, wherever you are on the political spectrum these days, there is a lot of divisiveness in our country. And an event like this, bringing people together from all different cultures, and having these young people interpret that theme, We Shall Overcome, in various ways, I think is very necessary right now, because it's really incumbent upon all of us to be able to overcome this divisiveness. And when she talked about being a role model, these young people are really role models for us adults in this regard. Because for young people, they embrace diversity even more than we do as adults. And so that's a key part of what's going to be going on here, is that at this particular time in our history, we're going to be able to hear them help us learn how we can overcome the divisiveness in this country.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And you've got the Milwaukee Flyers tumbling team, Malik Johnson, who's representing the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, and so many outstanding young people, like I said earlier, from so many different backgrounds. You also have Miss United Indians of Milwaukee, who will be opening the program, and she'll also be introducing the Native American Performance Group, right?
That's correct. And again, that reflects the diversity in our community. That's one of the real strengths of our community. And we try to make it informative and exciting and fun at the same time, and so that's reflected in the lineup that we have.
Yeah, we talked about the theme, We Shall Overcome. Talk about the significance of what Dr. King had to say during that speech and how these young people were able to incorporate that into their performances.
Well, I think he certainly, when he talked about We Shall Overcome, he was talking about overcoming at that time. When I was in junior high school, hearing those words for the first time, he was really talking about some of the same things we're talking about today, and talking about people overcoming their differences, overcoming the history of racism, the unfortunate history of racism in this country, and about bringing people together. And those words still resonate, and that's why I think that. And it's interesting, that's why we still want to keep this event going, but it's also interesting every year to hear how these young people interpret it differently. And it's pretty exciting when you put that all together in one place at one time.
Yeah, and the thing that's always pretty amazing to me is to have the conversation with individuals like yourself who were actually here to witness it, whatever level you witnessed it on, whether you watched them march or watched them on television, heard about it on the news, you were here to witness that. Kaprice and myself, we don't have the privilege of saying that, so all we have are the images, the video, and things of that nature. So I wanted to get your opinion. When you listen to speeches from Dr. King or sermons, what are some of the things that go through your mind?
Some of the things that go through my mind are, I need to do what's right and try to make a difference. The stuff that I hear and the stuff that I understand is like, I can't just live any type of way. I have to understand that they paved a way for us. So I have to try to keep that alive.
Absolutely, and that's something that, you know, parents and grandparents really try to instill in young people today. Let them remember that there were people who lost their lives, who took beatings and everything else in order for you to be able to vote and for you to be able to sit at a lunch counter, whatever the case may be. And of course, We Shall Overcome became the rallying cry of the civil rights movement in the 1960s. And Dr. King's words are just so powerful. powerful, and like you said, it's just amazing how what he talked about then can translate into some of the things that are happening today. Let's talk about the number of people who work hard each year in putting together this annual King Day celebration. You have Martha Love, who has been on this show before. She serves as the event producer.
Yes, she does.
And then
Yes,
you
she
have an
does.
organizing committee as well as sponsors who all work together to make it all happen.
Well, when we've had the event in our building for 33 years, but we've been producing the event as the Marcus Center probably for about 15 years. And so Martha and I have been friends and colleagues for a very long time, and so my first act in taking on the production of this was to hire Martha as our producer. And Martha said, I've got an idea. This isn't just a one-time-a-year event. Let's build a steering committee, a diverse group of people that can work on this all year round. And we put that together, and we're really, really, really proud of it. My co-chair, Janan Najib, who's president of the Milwaukee Muslim Women's Coalition, will be co-emceeing, and we have just a whole broad spectrum of people, and it changes every year, it grows every year. And that's really what makes this work. It's not only the steering committee, but it's the people, the volunteers that are there that day. It's all of our staff at the Marcus Center. And it's certainly the students who are participating that make this all possible. It's really those students that make this all possible. And again, it's remarkable to me after 33 years that over 4,000 students participate in one form or another in one of these contests to honor Dr. King.
It's a pretty big deal, and you should be commended for putting in all the time and effort and making it possible as well. Your honorary co-chairs include Mayor Tom Barrett, County Executive Chris Abley, and then is it Jerome Janzer?
Jerry Janzer is our board chair, Marcus Center board chair.
Okay,
yes.
so they are all your honorary co-chairs, and I want to reiterate that the Dr. King birthday celebration is free and open to the public. No tickets are needed, so seating in Eline Hall is on a first-come, first-served basis. And for all those Packer fans out there who would love to support and be a part of this, they will not miss 1 minute of the game, right?
That's right. The other significant event that day, in addition to the celebration of Dr. King's birthday, is this Packer game coming up. And we've got it scheduled from 1 to 3, and we'll be done at 3. And we always have a free reception afterwards. We will have a TV in the reception area, but for those folks who want to see the game, we'll be done in time.
Okay.
So we can assure people of that because we want people to attend the event and not stay away because they think they might miss the Packer game.
Absolutely. So another great thing, complimentary parking is at the Marcus Center's parking structure, and you're going to conclude the event with a big reception as well.
Yes, it's in honor of Dr. Paulette Copeland, who was certainly one of the pioneers who got this event going 33 years ago. And so we honor her. It's a free reception for everybody to come to, and we encourage them to come. I should mention that for those folks arriving early, the Salvation Army will have its canteen out front with free hot chocolate for folks. We just really encourage people to be there because it's going to be very, very exciting, and we just got a taste of it today with what we saw. I'm really excited because I'm really a fan of that genre of music.
Yeah,
so
she's amazing. Can't wait to see you. Thank you both so much for coming by and giving us all the great information. You can log on to marcuscenter.org for more information. And Paul Mathews is the president and CEO of the Marcus Center for the Performing Arts, and Kaprice Maxwell, she is a senior at Milwaukee High School for the Performing Arts. Again, the 33rd annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration is Sunday, January 15th at 1 p.m. in Eline Hall at the Marcus Center. And this year's theme is We Shall Overcome. When we return to Our Issues Milwaukee, we'll continue our focus on the national holiday that celebrates the birthday of Dr. King. We'll be joined by a representative from the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center. We'll do that right after this.